Imagine snow falling on palm trees in Florida. Picture ice coating the streets of Houston. What I'm about to show you isn't science fiction, it's a forecast that's making veteran meteorologists do a double take. We're tracking what could be the most unusual winter storm in decades, and it's about to rewrite weather history across the American South. Before we dive into this historic system, let's quickly address what's happening right now. The Northeast is currently dealing with a significant winter storm. We're seeing 3 to 6 inches of snow along the I-95 corridor from DC to Boston. But what's coming next? That's what has the entire weather community buzzing. Here's why this upcoming storm is different. Right now, as I'm recording this, there's barely a cloud in the sky over the Gulf Coast. But don't let this deceive you. High above our heads, in the upper levels of the atmosphere, something extraordinary is taking shape. By Tuesday morning, January 21st, 2025, we're going to see something that hasn't happened in nearly 40 years. Snow reaching all the way to the Gulf of Mexico beaches. Let me show you what's making this storm so unique. We're tracking an Arctic air mass so powerful it's about to plunge deep into the heart of the South. We're not just talking about a typical cold front, we're looking at temperature drops that could break records from Texas to Florida. When this frigid air collides with moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, we're going to see winter precipitation in places where some residents have never seen snow in their entire lives. Let's break this down region by region. For Louisiana and Texas, particularly around Houston and New Orleans, we're looking at the potential for 6 inches or more of snow. Let that sink in. The last time some of these areas saw significant snowfall, social media didn't even exist. Moving east to northern Florida and southern Georgia, this is where things get even more concerning. We're tracking what could become a historic ice storm. The models are showing the potential for ice accumulations that could paralyze these regions for days. We're talking about areas that don't have a single snow plow, that aren't equipped to handle even a fraction of what's coming. But it's not just about snow and ice. The temperature forecast is equally stunning. After the storm moves through, we're looking at Houston struggling to reach 27 degrees, New Orleans dropping to 25, Mobile, Alabama potentially even colder. Areas of Wisconsin plunging to 15, northern Minnesota facing 25 degrees, and with wind chill, some areas could feel like 50 degrees. This isn't just another winter storm warning, this is a heads up for what could be a once-in-a-lifetime weather event. If you're in the affected areas, especially in the south, you need to prepare now. We're not trying to sensationalize this, we're trying to prevent anyone from being caught off guard. What you need to do immediately: stock up on essential supplies, prepare for potential power outages, get your generator ready if you have one, have emergency heating options available, fill your gas tank, stock up on non-perishable food. Here's how this is going to unfold. Monday, Arctic air begins its plunge southward. Tuesday morning, snow reaches the Gulf Coast. Tuesday night, ice storm potential in northern Florida. Wednesday, historic cold settles in across the region. The most concerning period will be Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, when we could see that dangerous combination of ice accumulation and temperatures that refuse to rise above freezing. Even the computer models are struggling with this system because it's so unusual. These models are trained on historical data, but we simply don't have much historical data for events like this in the Deep South. That's why forecasters across the country are watching this so closely. This is the kind of storm that meteorologists will be talking about for years to come. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. We'll be providing continuous updates as this historic event unfolds. Remember, with a storm like this, it's always better to be over-prepared than caught off guard. And just before you go, there are already signals that this might not be the last historic storm this season. Subscribe now to stay ahead of what could be a winter for the record books. Remember, we're not trying to scare anyone, we're trying to prepare everyone. This is a serious situation that requires immediate attention, especially in areas that rarely see winter weather. Stay tuned for continuous updates as this historic storm unfolds.